Hey y'all, Alan here from Damn Good Reviews. Today I have this software called BlogStomp by Stomp Software. Now if you're a blogger or just a big social media person that likes to use a lot of photos, or even doing something where you're selling online and using a lot of photos, you know how time consuming it really can be to make these collages that are various sizes, add text. I mean, there are some websites that will do this. Some are not that easy. Some may be easy, but then you have to pay for them. Resolution is not there. You can't really do things in bulk. Well, this software called BlogStomp will really help anybody from a photographer maybe doing weddings and special events that want to put together quick collage albums, to anyone doing any type of blog or sharing a bunch of photos in a collage type style on social media or just on your website. So the software again is called BlogStomp, and you can go ahead, you can import photos one by one, put it together. You have the option to do batch photos, so once you get it all set up, you can just pretty much set it and forget it and let it run. Another option here, you can connect it right to a blog, Facebook, Twitter, gallery, and there's a bunch of settings which I'll get into in a few minutes. So I've been using this program for about 2 months now, just really getting the hang of it and really what it can do. I've done a bunch of family photos from travel, things like that, and I'm gonna start using it on the Damn Good Reviews blog, or Damn Good Reviews website, I should say. So here, let me just go ahead. I imported a bunch of photos here. And yes, some are Savannah and some are actually the Hoover Dam, so I know they're not anything close in proximity, but that doesn't matter. Just going to show you what it looks like. So you'll see I can quickly go through them here, and you'll see at the bottom I have my Damn Good Reviews logo. We also have a couple styles that we can go through to see what we want to do. We can create our own. We can remove photos, add color boxes, things like that. So to get the watermark here, pretty much all I had to do was just go to the settings file, link up to my watermark, and I could just kind of let it float. Say I want it down in the corner, and this will let me have it positioned 86.75% across and 88.15% down. So that will just be in relation to whatever the photo is that we're working with. You can also lock it if you want. If all your photos are exactly the same size, you can set your JPEG quality, corners. You can see them kind of moving in and out there. Tab height, depending on how you want the tab to be set. Outer stroke, inner stroke. So if we want to add that, I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but hey, you might want to do it. I don't know. Got our image width right there. Background. Border, of course. The only thing I don't see here is actually an opacity setting for this logo. So I guess if you need to do opacity, what you're going to want to do is actually set it up in Photoshop or another program. I find that kind of weird that opacity is not there. So unless I'm kind of just missing that. Anyway, so we have some other options here. We have our stomp file, or our file name. So when you're ready to save it, pretty much they're going to call it a stomp. We have some sharpening options, the output quality, how you want to set up the file, where it's going to save to. Really straightforward, and Stomp Software has a couple tutorials which makes it really easy to learn how to use it. And then we have our Facebook information, blog information, where you can go ahead, you can add your blog info here. You can set it all up. You can do your username, password, test connection. This is for WordPress, and there's a bunch of different ones that you could use that are preset in here. And then we have a gallery option, so we want to set up a gallery. You can see Zenfolio, Photo Shelter, Smug Mug, a bunch of them that you also can utilize as well. Facebook, there's nothing here to log in. What happens is you put in your description, your file name, the personal Facebook, business page, you can put in the info, and then once you click OK, it's going to open up a screen, give you the Facebook login details. Go ahead, log in, and then you can post right to it. So again, here's the styles, some general settings. If you want to grab some linked words, display scroll bars. I mean, some of the stuff is pretty straightforward. I haven't used a lot of these things, haven't found a need for it, but it is there. So going back to freestyle, you'll see we have only one photo here. I can go in, zoom out on the photo depending on what I want. And again, this is really good for someone that shoots a lot of photos, especially like a wedding or event photographer that wants to send it to their clients. So okay, you know what, that looks good. Yes, I can stomp a bunch of these just with my logo on it, my watermark if I want to do that. But you know what, I want to create some really quick collages. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna just do that. See that? Held down shift, select all of those photos. Now you see this is actually in kind of a weird place only because the way that the photo is set up, but I can jump in here and I can set all these presets, and pretty much I have these photos really ready to go. If I want to move this around, I can always do that. I can do mix it up based on what I want. Say, hey, I don't really like that photo. Let me, let me drag something else. I can do that as well. And then, so if I say, hey, I don't want that photo there, let's change some things. Pretty cool. Let me see how I can drag. I thought I could drag that. I guess that's not gonna let me do that. So we got the color box. Alright, so here, we're going to hold control. So pretty much that just selects it, and we can always click mix it up. That's what it was, mix it up, to kind of, move the image around. So if I want to bring in some more images and I say, hey, I don't really like the pattern that it's in, I can always just click mix it up and it will kind of do it itself. Same goes for this. Say, hey, I want to change it. So this is really cool, and you can see how easy it was to really do. So I have the watermark right there. Again, I would really love to have an opacity option on that, which is still boggles my mind why that's not there. But besides that, so I have this, I can say, all right, you know what, I'm ready, let's stomp it, which is save it. Or if I want to add text to it, so here, we'll call it travel with DJR. And of course you can select different, fonts and all that, and you can select this wherever you want to go. So another really cool feature of this is for someone, if you want to do an Instagram crop, you can do that and get an idea. Hey, that's what it's going to look like for Instagram, depending on the size. I can zoom in and you can see how it's going to clip it. So if I want to just do it like that, and you can move it down. So you have your Instagram outline, and you can just save it. There you go. You got an Instagram image file, which you can just send to your phone and you could update that. If I want to exit that editor, the other really cool one is doing a Facebook. I guess you could use, this is really for a Facebook cover photo. You can probably maybe use it for a Facebook ad size as well, but you'll see right here. So if I do that, hey, that's a pretty cool cover photo, right? Hey, not too bad. So you got all these options. So again, really cool. And then we're just going to go ahead and select this. And you'll see the batch option is going to do all this right here. And just go through it, and I have this info on it. Makes it really easy to do things, and put my logo right on all the files, which is great. But freestyle, when I go back into freestyle, that's where I can select it and make all these collages. And there you go. That's BlogStomp by Stomp Software. Again, a really great utility, not very expensive at all. For anybody doing photography, blogs, anything like that, or even just sharing a lot of photo type things with collages on social media, I think this is a really good piece of software. And I recommend you checking out the demo. So I'm Alan from Damn Good Reviews. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe right here on YouTube, and we will see you soon.